John chapter 7 verse 10. But after his brothers had gone up to the feast, then he also went up, not publicly, but in private. In verse 9, we've seen one reason why I said that Jesus didn't lie when he said he's not going to go up, although he's going to go. First is the fact that it states there in that verse that he remained. He said it and he remained there. Here's now the second reason, okay? They told him to go up and openly there, right? And here he's saying he went, but not publicly, but in private. So in other words, he was not lying, right? They wanted him to go there openly. He did not go there openly. First he remained and then he went there privately, right? So they asked him one thing and he said, no, I'm not going to do it this way. And he didn't do it that way. He did go, but he didn't do it the way they wanted. Okay, so that is why Jesus was not lying here, right? If he was lying, and ultimately you make him a liar, that means dying on the cross. He did break the law of God, so he deserves death and he would not have risen from the dead. Simple. But here I just give a very simple reason. It's from the text, not thought up, of ultimately why he didn't lie. Verse 11. The Jews were looking for him at the feast and saying, where is he? See? That's what I mean, they're getting at, like John is getting at. I'd say he didn't go there openly, because if he went there openly, then they would not have been looking for him. They wouldn't have asked the question, where is he? But he went privately, because they expected him to come. But he was not there openly. So they were searching for him. They were looking for him. They asked him, where is he? Verse 12. And there was much muttering about him among the people, while some said, he's a good man. Others said, no, he is leading the people astray. Right? So, yeah, like every time, this is what Jesus creates. He creates this division amongst people. Lo and behold, right, today, you're from him, the world hates you, there's a division, okay? There's a division, a clear division. And so they're divided. So some say he's a good guy, others, no. He's leading people astray. But see, even though saying he's a good man, they're not saying he's the Messiah. They're just saying he's a good man. Why? Because he's feeding people, he's healing people. And, like people would say that Jesus was. I did mention C.S. Lewis, the fact of people believing in Jesus just a good teacher. And he says it's not possible to believe only that because he said he's God, and so that's just a liar, and you don't follow liars. I hope not. Well, I mean, people do, right? People do follow liars, unluckily, because they are liars themselves. That's why they follow liars. Anyhow, so he's just he's a good man. He's just a good moral preacher, a good, I don't know, jogi or whatever it is. And others, no, he's just leading people astray. He's just leading them, and then the Romans will come and kill us or something like that. It's like just another person claiming to be the Messiah, and they're like, he's just leading people astray. He's evil, but man. He's the man. Verse 13, yet for fear of the Jews, no one spoke openly of him. So for fear of these in the leadership, the vast majority at that stage hating Jesus, they were afraid to speak up. Okay, in the next chapter, chapter 9, actually the chapter after this is 8 and then 9, we're going to see the healing of the blind man and why they were afraid of the Jews. Because they will be kicked out of the synagogue. Now I know that people say, in those days people were not kicked out of synagogues yet, Christians were not kicked out, or people were not kicked out yet, it's only later on. Yeah, how do you know what was really going on? I mean, for these things to happen outside, okay, because they say, right, these things start happening outside of Israel just at the later stage. For this to happen outside at the later stage, it most likely, for a fire to start, it starts small and then it grows bigger, but it starts at the beginning, okay? And you might only see it when it's big, the effect of the fire. But the problem started there, small. So the kicking out of the synagogues came later on outside, but when did it start inside? That's the question. And therefore I believe again that it will make logical sense that these guys are already against Jesus. They're already trying to. They're going to like here, like these people are in chapter 9 going to say. So they were afraid of them because they can be kicked out of the synagogues. And being kicked out of the synagogue means like being kicked out of the nation. You stop existing in a certain sense. You have no roots anymore. You are nobodies. It's not good. Verse 14. About the middle of the feast, Jesus went up into the temple and began teaching. Right? So somewhere in the middle of it, not in the beginning, not openly, because he didn't. He went in there and to the temple, not hiding in that sense, but not saying, oh yeah, I'm Jesus, like big fanfare of everything, like before his crucifixion and the whole Hosanna, Hosanna, people crying out, coming in a donkey idea. Okay, so he just went there and he began teaching. The Jews, verse 15, the Jews therefore marveled, saying, how is it that this man is learning when he has never studied? Right, so like, we, the Jews therefore, right, the Jews therefore marveled. So like, and that is as well a huge clue. The normal people, would they have known this? No, they would not. How would the Jews know this? Because they knew the people studying under them, right? They knew the people sitting at the feet of Gamaliel, Paul sitting over there, Saul that is, and other people. They knew the people in their Bible school, right? So, I mean, yeah, this is for me as well a very clear sign that this was written to the leadership, and at that stage, they expect majority of them are not believers. They hate Christ, and some of them will turn, and as we've seen in the book of Acts. Okay, so the way why they knew that Jesus was not learned is because they know the people and they don't recognize his face. Okay, again, yeah, some of these things are just so really kind of straightforward. I don't know why the Bible scholars us. Well, anyhow. And so he never studied, but he knows all this. So how can he know all this? He didn't sit at the feet of Gamaliel. So how is this possible? Well, like I didn't mention in the introduction, I didn't study the Bible school. I did some courses, the Church of England in South Africa, Bible school there in Masonburg. I did some courses through them online. I mean, by post those days. It was not online yet because there was not online yet. And I did here and there a few like Third Millennium courses and stuff like that. But otherwise, sometimes I'm not now saying that studying at the Bible school is unnecessary. I started on Bible school kind of idea. Yes, we're doing it differently. I'm doing these teachings. But I think sometimes we put too much on or in that. Like, if you have this doctorate in theology, then you're somebody, and we will invite you, and you look different. You like nearly fall on our feet in front of you. But if you're just a self-taught guy, well, I believe through the Spirit, and 30 odd years of experience in the mission field and reading the Word of God, then you're a nobody. I don't care. I don't care that I don't have a master's degree or a bachelor. Kind of have like a bachelor's diploma, kind of. But I care about this stuff because that's not who I am. That's not what makes me. It's like Jesus here is like, how can he know all these things? But no, I'm not comparing myself to Jesus, but I'm just saying as well. Sometimes we need to like look less at all these. Oh, this guy's got PhDs and everything, so he knows everything, and we fall down at his feet and worship him, and we don't really care about what he's saying. No. You, Christian, you have the Spirit as well. And I'm not here now in the camp, you, Spirit and whatever, right? That kind of, sometimes feel the unholy trinity. That's not as well. The church is important. You need to be part, and theological schools are important. But the point I'm just trying to make is that that's not the only place where you can find knowledge, right? And don't just think because a person has a PhD that he knows everything and trust everything he says, while a person like me, for example, doesn't have even a master's, like is a nobody. It's just that. So, no, we actually can maybe know something because there is still the Spirit. So don't go to both sides of this equation. We love the extremes always, don't we?